Sometimes things don't go according to plan.
Kia e-Niro diary is on the last day of January. It's Sunday and we are about to set off on a trip down to the Pyrenees to pick up a rescue dog. He's what they call a Patou, sort of a bit like our old dog Eddie, if you've seen any of the previous videos of the not recently departed, Eddie departed in 2019. So got all the back of the car is all set up to take a big dog and bring him back tomorrow. So we're staying overnight. It's in the foothills of the Pyrenees. It's going to be an 800 kilometre round trip and we are on 97% state of charge. It's about 10-11 degrees, so it's not cold, but it's kind of wet and it's a bit windy. We're going to be driving into the wind going down there. So first port of call is going to be a stop somewhere on the Bordeaux ring road to plug in for a bit and have a break. That's about 180 kilometres from here. So that's a good sort of not quite halfway. So yeah, first bit's going to be all on roads we've done many times before, but then it gets more interesting for us as we head off the autoroute into the towards the Pyrenees. So here we are on the well-travelled N10 on our way down to Bordeaux. We started with, as I said before, 97% battery and a range showing 432 kilometres. We've done 100 kilometres and we're already down to 307 range, so it's quite hard going. It's not cold, it's 11 degrees, but we're going into the wind. And I'm using 17.2 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometres, so it's pretty high consumption. Anyway, we've got another 83 kilometres to do to get to the charger, one we've never used before. It's apparently next to a cinema that, as you can imagine, has been closed for a long time in these COVID days. So we did 182 kilometres to get here, into a lot of wind and rain. Found there's two 50 kilowatt chargers here around the back of a cinema on the outskirts of Bordeaux, and there's a whole load of travelling folks who've checked in. All their vans and everything seem incredibly clean, but obviously I just wonder why they put these rapid chargers in these out of the way places. I mean, there's no toilets, there's nothing here. Seems to be a real problem in France that these things should be on the motorways and the main route nationales. Anyway, we arrived with a charge of 50%. We're taking power at 44 kilowatts now, and so about 35-40 minutes we'll be back up to 80-85%, and that should be enough to finish a journey off. The charges here are €2 and then 35 euro cents per kilowatt hour. So yeah, I guess we're gonna spend about €9 on this one. It's very easy to use anyway, EV box. Yeah, so at 50% we were charging at 44 kilowatt hours. We're at 75% now. 8 minutes to 75 to get to 80%, and it's dropped right down to 23 kilowatts. You can hear the sound of the charger change. It's kind of disappointing, really. 80%, we've got about 355 kilometres of range showing, and we've got a journey of 225, but we are going to be heading into the hills. It's going to take about another 3 hours to get to where we're going, so hopefully we're going to have enough range when we get to our B&B place and we can plug in overnight there. Anyway, plugging in France, rapid charging. They're in the wrong place. Oh, we're only about another 20 kilometres along, and this is the one we actually wanted to stop at, but we weren't too sure about because it's brand new. It's the same kind of charger as the one we've just stopped at, EV box, but it's run by Total, and it charges by the minute. So it's 40 euro cents a minute, and it seemed to just go straight off at 43 kilowatt hours. It's slowed down again now. We were still at 77% charge when we plugged in, and we just, stopped for a wee on the A62 auto route. But this is what we need: more chargers in places where there's facilities. And in 10 minutes we've got 4.5. So that's going to cost us, it's going to cost about €4. So actually, it only pays to do this at a low state of charge. This is actually more expensive than the previous one, but it's just in the right place. Anyway, Mrs. e-Niro has been driving like a demon in the rain into the headwind, doing about 115, 120 kilometres an hour, and we've, I don't know if you can see that, 18.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometres. We've got 78 kilometres left. We've come off the motorway now, come off the auto route, so it's all going to be small stuff. So we should be a bit more efficient, and we've got a range of 187 left, so it should be all right. So 1st of February, Monday morning, and we plugged in overnight at one of these chargers, thinking we were at about 19-20% state of charge, and think, well, that's plenty on a 7.2 kilowatt charger. But we plugged in at the charger and it went up to 7.2 kilowatts, then it went back down to 0.5 and it stayed there. So I thought, well, that's not right. So we unplugged, plugged back in again. It stabilised at 7.2 and we thought that's okay. And it was about a 10-minute walk back to where we were staying. Found it this morning thinking it would be on 100% charge, and it was only on 66% charge. So clearly something wrong with the charger, and we need more than that to get to where we're going on the way back. It was a horrendous night, just gale force winds whistling around the building. We're in the foothills of the Pyrenees here, and it's just horrendous weather. So we've had to find another charger in the other. There's two chargers in this little place called Haute-Pyrenees, and this one is exactly the same. You plug it in, it goes up, and it stabilizes at about 5.5 kilowatts. So we're only sort of adding about 35 kilometers every hour. And we got to go pick this dog up and get him in the car. So I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to spend at least an hour here anyway to see what we can get. So not good. It's tough. See you later.
Steaming up.
Yeah, steaming up. So we got a dog coming in here. Hopefully he's going to get in the back and going to be happy to be there for 5 hours. We'll see.
Great.
That's a lot of dog. Okay.
I know. Oh, sniffy.
Electric car fuck guy, you're not going to hear any engine here.
God, it frightened me when you moved away. It is weird. No.
But it's clean.
No baby. Yeah. Super. Yeah. Is that little
Well, things didn't work out as we planned. The poor blind dog went into a panic and he wouldn't settle. And Mrs. e-Niro was in the back there trying to placate him, but he wouldn't have it. So after 20 kilometres we turned around, took him back. It was very sad, but there was no way we were going to be doing 400 kilometres with the dog in the car there for too long. So we've done a detour to this lovely little village that's got a DC rapid charger. We need to do about 300 kilometres on the car to get to Bordeaux and have another top up. But it is strange in these middle of the nowhere places. I mean, it's just been awful weather here. It's just been hammering down and windy. This is the first time it's stopped raining. So anyway, we're rapid charging now, going in at about 42, 43 kilowatt. Probably only be 20 minutes here, and then we'll be heading home after a bit of a wasted journey, to be honest. But anyway, you live.